Hi guys, everybody audible? You can see me also, right? I also want to see all of you guys. Please turn your cameras on. I don't want to be talking to black screens here. Thank you so much, Naresh. Thank you, Ashwin. Oh, you're driving.
Yeah,
Hi,
actually.
Pranav. Okay, hi, Viveka. Rahul. I hope you're not driving and talking. Hi,
No,
Gokul,
I was about
Kumaresh.
to.
Okay, good that we have our cameras on now. Hi, Gokul, Kumaresh. Others. Just a minute for you all to turn your cameras on. Ganesh, Roja, Manu, Raja, Jacqueline, Anbarasu, Josephine. Hi, Josephine.
Hi, ma'am.
Cameras on. Okay, super. In my message itself, I had told you that I wanted to see your beautiful faces. So I thought you all will be ready to show your faces. Yes?
Yes.
Guys, this is going to be an interactive call. So I want you all to talk to me back. It's not an online class where you're just staring at the laptop or phone or whatever. So I am here in live in front of you. So you should also talk back to me. Right? You all are used to just seeing at a laptop and just there's only a monologue. There's always only one person talking. Yes? Okay. So first of all, have
Yes,
you all
ma'am.
started watching the classes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you all started watching the classes. You did not get any doubts. I hardly see few doubts coming. No doubts. Everything's so crystal clear, or you're not able to understand anything. Either of these two is for sure. Everything is so crystal clear.
I guess
No
if there is
doubts
any
at all.
doubts, we'll post it in the group itself, ma'am.
Yes.
So as of
And
now,
if
we don't
some,
have any doubts right now.
okay, perfect. So if anybody is posting a doubt in a group, I want all of you all to answer. Yes, so if somebody is asking me a doubt in private, I have to ask them to post it in the group so that everybody will get benefited. And one of you all have to answer for that doubt. If you know, or if you don't know, at least put a thumbs down saying, I don't know. So that something, some interaction happens. Usually the CA course itself is such that we are all locked in one room from morning till night. Some people will be staying with parents but still don't see them. Yes, most of the times it happens. It used to happen to me as well when I was a student. So let's quickly jump into the call. I have an agenda. Let me share my screen. So the first 20, 30 minutes, I'm going to talk. And after that, you can ask any questions, whatever you want, right? So let me just quickly share my screen and let me know if you're all able to see my screen.
Good evening, madam.
Sorry?
Good evening, madam.
Good evening. Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, the agenda for
Yes,
the
ma'am. Yes,
meeting.
ma'am.
So I just made this 5 minutes back. Whatever I wanted to talk, I thought it will be structured and I will not miss anything because very rarely I get to see all of you, I get to meet all of you, so I don't want to miss any of the points. So that's why I had written it down. Start off with, do you all have plans when you're studying? Do you make a plan for yourself? Or for the next 1 month, do you have a plan? Or is it like you wake up and then you decide, okay, let me see auditing classes and you start seeing the classes? Guys?
Actually, we do have வந்து ஒரு வீக்லி பிளான் மாதிரி இருக்கும் மேம் எனக்கு. ஸோ அந்த வீக்லி
Okay.
பிளான் வச்சு தான் நான் போவேன் நான்.
Okay. Others?
We also
Others?
had a weekly
I'll
target.
do it. இன்னைக்கு நைட்டு டிசைட் பண்ணுவேன் மேம் நாளைக்கு என்ன படிக்கணும்
Okay, night you decide for tomorrow. If you do not finish for
yes,
tomorrow,
ma'am.
then again that night you will start plan for the next day. So I urge all
சண்டே
of you.
பஃபர் டேயா வச்சிருக்கேன் மேம். I'll plan till Saturday.
Okay, you have a buffer for Sunday and then you plan for the week having Saturday. That also is a good way. But don't be without planning. Don't wake up in the morning and then decide what you have to do. Then there won't be any motivation for you to study at all. And especially for a subject like auditing, which is a theory subject, and you all have opted for online where there is only one person talking, you need to have a plan. I want you all to finish by December 15th. Maximum by December 15th, I want you all to finish watching the classes. Even if you have bought the classes now after the results, I think it is definitely possible to finish before December 15th, considering our recording hours itself is 70 to 80 hours. Yes. Even if you study 3 to 4 hours per day, it is possible to finish by December 15th. If you are finishing before December 15th, well and good, very good. But nothing after December 15th, okay? Our exams will be very close by and you have to do revisions, guys. You definitely have to do revisions. And don't try to skip the chapters. Never skip the chapters. See, this is one thing I followed when I was a student. If I study only for 70%, if I study only for 80%, when I'm going to go to the exam hall, I am going to remember only 60%. And when I actually put my pen to paper, I will write only for 50%. And after that, I don't even have to tell if you're going to write only for 50%, what is the mark that you're going to get. But if you're going to study for the 100%, in your exam hall, you'll be remembering for 80-85%. And when you're putting pen to paper, you will put pen to paper at least for 70%. And then it is possible for you to get at least exemption. Yes. So please never ever skip anything. One more thing I want to tell you, Essay 300, if you have already watched, very good. If you have not watched, please watch this very important standard. Every attempt, it comes for 10 marks. This I know it is a standard, you all will definitely cover all the standards. But the catch is with the additional topics. Yes, there is one topic called items of SS, where I would have done it in the end. I would have just told how to do it. If you have attended the offline class, then it will be effective because we'll do it like an activity. Online students usually tend to skip this chapter, but don't do it. This also comes for 10 marks. Items of financial statements also comes for 10 whole marks. What I will do from my side for this items of financial statements is, I will give you the summary notes for this. I hope all of you are sitting down and writing the summary notes. I always tell after every standard, take that time out to write your summary notes. It will be very helpful, especially for that one day before exam. Auditing is a theory subject, extremely vast, but still you are expected to finish the entire subject in that one day. This summary notes is going to come handy for you at that time. I hope all of you are doing that. This items of financial statements motto, in the class, I do it like an activity with the students. So you all will not be part of that activity, right? So for that, the summary notes for the items of financial statement, I'm going to share with you. And you are going to go through the study material. Trust me, profit and loss, very easy. You can finish it in half a day. For balance sheet items, it will take 1 day. 1 day for balance sheet items. Allocate this 1.5 days for these items of financial statements. I request all of you, allocate this 1.5 days. It's going to be worth it because 10 whole marks, full 10 marks is going to come from items of financial statements. So let us not skip that. One of the main reasons why I wanted to have this call is to tell you the importance of this chapter called items of financial statements, guys. Please never skip that, okay? Seeing the video, you might think, ma'am did it in the last means last priority. I would have spent ample amount of time in the offline class. But online activity panna mudiyadadanaala, I am asking you all to go through the items of financial statements from the study material. That is the best way to study. And items of financial statements, the chapter itself is in a box. It's in a box. You will be studying everything inside the box that is given in the summary notes, which I will be sharing. I will be putting it in the group also, and I'll share it in the cloud link also. That part you'll study. But after that box, there are 5 or 6 important points. After balance sheet box, after P&L box, that also is extremely important. That we would have covered in class, so no problem. You'll definitely study that. So these 2 things, don't ever skip. Apart from this, anything else also don't skip. Try to study for 100 marks. When you are studying itself, don't keep that leeway. 90 padcha podu, 80 padcha podu. Aim to study for 100 marks. Whether you're studying or not, that is a different question. But we should aim for full syllabus only. Clear, guys? You all would have already seen the previous attempts marathon, which is on YouTube. Free resource. You can also access it for free. One of the reasons why I asked you to finish before December 15th is after December 15th, when you're doing the revision, you can see the marathon. Not necessary, if you don't have the time, not necessary, you have to see the entire marathon. Every marathon will have timestamps. Whichever standard you want the revision for, use that marathon for that. Every standard in the marathon will get over in less than 45 minutes to 1 hour. Less than 45 minutes mostly. Marathon na quicker. So if you see the classes once and then if you go to the marathon, it will definitely be helpful, but not now. Finish seeing all the classes by December 15th, and after December 15th, I will upload a new marathon for you guys for Jan attempt. You can watch that one. Clear? And then last attempt, I gave this something called expected questions. How many of you saw that? For the last attempt in YouTube, Karthik Sir's channel, we have a channel, right? How many of you saw that expected questions in that channel? Nobody saw?
நான்
None
பார்க்கல
of you guys. You saw it? Okay. Okay. So last attempt, I had given this expected questions for everybody. Trust me, last attempt, I was lucky. 45 plus marks came from the expected questions. This attempt also, I will be putting the expected questions, but don't think, ma'am, soltanga 45 marks adula varum, adha mattum padichittu polam. It's not like that. Keep it like a revision. Don't study only that and go. Keep those questions like a revision for you. Might come, might not come. It is based on trends. It is based on whatever little bit knowledge I have about the ICA pattern. Based on that, I am predicting the question paper. So not necessary, it will come above for 40 marks every attempt. Last attempt, I was lucky, it came 45 plus marks. This attempt, I don't know. But you can use those questions like practice. Okay, so please go through that expected questions also. Okay, guys. Now, for some people, if you are finding the online classes difficult, there is an offline crash course, which is happening between November 24th to December 5th in A&M classes in Chennai, in Nungambakam. Whoever wants, they can come and attend, but there is a small fee for it. If you are my student here in the CA classroom, there is a 50% discount for you all. Whoever wants to join that offline class, if you think offline will be more effective for you, you can consider this. It's only for 5 days, 24th to December 5th, and only 7 to 1. So if you want that offline, you can come for that. If you don't want, it's okay. Leave it. Mock test, guys, very, 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 very important. You have to practice before you go for the exam. You think to yourself, in your 12th board exams, before you went for the board exams, how many practices you had? You had your cycle test, unit test, quarterly, half-yearly, and then one big giant called as pre-boards. After you practiced in all these places is when you went for your final board examination. You all answer one question. When you went for that board examination, whether there was a fear. I'm asking about the fear of passing or failing. Did you have that fear for the board exam? Never, right? Never you will have the fear of passing or failing. You will have that little bit of fear. That exam fear will definitely be there, but passing or failing fear will never be there because you have practiced so many times. You have seen so many exams like that before. Here, most of the time, what mistake people do is they'll keep watching the classes and the first exam they are writing is the final exam. If you do not practice, then you are really practicing to fail. One of the main reasons as to why CA pass percentage is so low is because most people, they do not practice. I urge you to write mock test. ICA itself is conducting mock tests. There are 2 mock tests for every attempt. You can write it with ICA. Whichever ICA is close to you, please go there. Register for the mock test. You can do registration and all online. You can go there, have the exam feel. Sit in one place for 3 hours and write 2 exams, 2 practice exams. Or we have Dhira test. People who know it, okay. People who don't know, we have Dhira test where we conduct mock tests here. Usually for Karthik Sir's paper, these mock tests will be given free. Whoever has bought the class, this mock test is given free. But here, I am not able to give it for free because the class price itself is very low, right? So if you want, you can purchase this mock test. There are different types of mock tests here. There is bridge test and final mock test. Bridge test means you will be splitting the subject into 4. and you'll be writing 4 tests. And after that, again, you'll be splitting it into 2. You'll be writing 2 tests, and after that comes the mock test. So every subject you'll be writing 7 tests. That is about the bridge test. And the final mock test is there. If you're not comfortable buying another test series, perfectly okay. But compulsory write that ICAI mock test. There are 2 mock tests by ICAI. Do not forget, make note of it. Okay. Coming to the questions. Questions practicing, like I told you, is very, 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 very important. This expected questions, like I said, you will be practicing those questions, but that is in the fag end. Before, maybe 1 week before your exams, this will get released. But until then, you can't be without practicing questions. You have to practice questions. In the classes, we wouldn't have practiced questions except for few standards. I think Caro we have done, 700 series we have done. Yes. Other than that, we have not practiced questions. From my side, I want to do questions free for everybody on YouTube. Do you guys want to wait for that? Or you want it like a question booklet for you to practice at home? You guys tell me. You want me to read out the question and then answer standard by standard? I will be anyway uploading it on YouTube, but I have not started yet. I'll probably start in 3 to 4 days. Do you want to do along with the YouTube standard by standard? Or you want a pre-made booklet before itself so that you can go through at your own pace? I'm okay with anything.
ரெண்டுமே
You
இருந்தா
can
நல்லா
let me
இருக்கும்
know.
மேம்.
Okay. You want both? Okay, fine.
Both.
I will give you the
கொஸ்டின்
booklet
புக்லெட்டும்
also. Which one?
கொஸ்டின் புக்லெட் இருந்தா இப்போதைக்கு நல்லா இருக்கும்.
Question booklet. Okay, no problem. Question booklet I will give you. That also I will share over WhatsApp, and in the cloud link also it will be there for people who are joining the group later on. So that also I will do. But booklet mattu kudutha, whether you are studying or not, I will not know. If you go to YouTube, see, and then you can put your comment there itself on YouTube or in our group saying the standard is good. Seeing your message, other people in the group also will go and see. Okay, so please go through standards also in YouTube, which will be helpful for you, because it's always difficult to keep studying on your own. நீயே அந்த question booklet 500 pages இருக்கும், அதை நீயே படிச்சுட்டே இருக்கிறதுக்கு it will become difficult. But if somebody else is there to tell you, then it will become easy. At least for 2-3 standards, you can use those YouTube. Okay, and then coming to exam tips, I told you you have to practice. Practice by doing questions and not just by watching the classes. See, understanding concepts is one thing, guys. Retaining that concepts is the second step. It is very easy to understand the concept, but you need to retain it. How you have to retain it? You have to be in touch with the subject. Again and again, if you keep studying the same thing, then automatically it will be retained. But it does not stop there. You need to reproduce the same way. You need to tell with the keywords. Yes, you need to tell exactly the keywords, especially for auditing and all. They are going to expect the keywords. So presentation also is equally important. So please practice when you're studying itself. Keep in mind these 3 things. One is understanding the concept. Second is the retaining capacity. And third is the presentation. Your presentation will be taken care of if you write your mock test. Yes, retaining, it is up to you. You have to be in touch with the subject. You have to study the same standard again and again. Concepts is with me. I already have delivered the classes. Clear, guys? Apart from this, auditing is very vast. You have to do time management. Time management na 100 marks, you have 3 hours. Yes, for 100 marks, you have 3 hours in hand. That means for 180 minutes, you are writing the paper. You have MCQ 30 marks and descriptive for 70 marks. That means your MCQs, it has to get over within 30 to 45 minutes space. Whether you do the MCQs first or whether you do MCQs at the last, up to you. You take the call. But do not take more than half an hour to 45 minutes for the MCQs. The remaining you have is 2 hours 25 minutes. 2 hours and 25 minutes for your descriptive. With this, you have, for every 1 mark, you can take 1.8 minutes. Exactly, if you see, maximum of 1.8 minutes for every 1 mark. So you do the math. For 4 marks, how many minutes you can take? For 6 marks, how many minutes you can take? For 14 marks, how many minutes you can take? I want you to do the math so that it will stay in your head. And when you're doing the practice questions, be mindful of the time. When you're doing the practice mock test or practice test, be mindful of the time. Most of the times, this is the thing which students tell me after the exam. Ma'am, I know all the answers, but I did not have the time. Exam paper is set for 3 hours means they expect you to finish it for 3 hours. You can't say, in 20 minutes in I would have done it better. In 10 minutes in I would have done it better. 2 minutes extra also they are not going to do. So for 14 marks, why I say is for every question, it is going to be for 14 marks. So every question you can take 25 minutes. Why I'm telling this 25 minutes is, say you're starting the exam at 2 o'clock. By 2:25, you should be done with one question. So that is the timelines you should have for yourself. So all of these, once you start doing the practice exam, automatically it will go into your head. Once you do 2 or 3 practice exams, automatically it is going to get stored. All these timelines are going to get stored in your system. And when you go for your JAN attempt, when you go for your actual exams, your body is automatically going to know. You don't have to spend that extra time to do these calculations at that time. That's why I want you to do the calculations now. For these 4 marks, 6 marks, you do it. I will not spoon feed each and everything. Clear, guys? Time management, very important. So this is the exam tip which I wanted to tell you. How many of you have faced this? Ma'am, first summer motivation is ma'am. Full motivation I have. But at the end of the day, as it keeps going, my motivation also keeps dropping. Or weekly full motivation, I'm starting fresh every Monday. But as and when it goes to Wednesday and Thursday, my motivation also keeps dropping, ma'am. Anybody, have you faced this? Or are you always high on motivation? Who is
லைக்
always
வந்து
high on?
காலையில நான் ஆரம்பிச்சா வந்து ஆஃப்டர் லஞ்சுக்கு அப்புறம் கொஞ்சம் ரைட்டா அப்படியே அந்த காலையில இருக்க மோட்டிவேஷன் மாதிரி எனக்கு இருக்கிறது இல்ல.
Usually it will drop. Any human, it
ஆமா.
will drop. For me also, as a student, it was dropping. So this is something I followed, guys. Let's quickly do an activity. Ashwin, you can skip. Bike la apdiye stunt alla panni, you don't have to do the activity. People who are listening to this at home, please take a pen and a paper quickly. Please take a pen and a paper quickly. I want you to write why you started this CA course. Why CA? You all knew CA was difficult, right? Or did you all think CA will be very easy? You all definitely knew CA was difficult. 100 people would have told 1,000 views as to why CA is difficult, why pass percentage is so low. They would have told you, but still something in you made you take up this course. Yes? Please write that something. It can be any reason. Write it in a big sheet of paper. You don't have to share it. You don't have to tell it to me. Please write the reason. It can be 1 reason, 2 reasons, 3 reasons. Make it as short as possible, as crisp as possible. Just 1 minute for you to write the reason as to why you have taken up this course. Quickly write. I hope you've taken a fresh sheet of paper. You've written it. People who've written it, neatly tear that paper and stick it in your study desk. I hope all of you have a study desk. Yes, you're not sleeping, eating, and studying in the same place. I don't want to mention the other things also which you're doing. Please have dedicated places for dedicated things to do. Don't study in the place where we have to sleep. Our body is trained. Whoever is outside, can you please mute yourself? The bike noises are too much. Listen, guys, the body will be trained to do that item in that place. If you go to the bed, automatically it is going to be lazy. You would have noticed this. If you go to the dining table and sit, or if you go to a hotel and sit, usually hunger இருக்கும். உட்கார்ந்த உடனே பயங்கரமா hunger will amplify. Have you noticed that? Because your body knows that, okay, food is coming close by. Are you able to understand? So please have a study desk. If you did not have till now, it's okay. Please make your own place to sit and then study. If you don't have a desk, it's okay. Best is to sit down and study. Sit down and study, no problem at all. Clear, guys? Once you have done this activity, please stick it in your study desk or some place where you will see every day why you started this course. When I was a student, I had this. As soon as I wake up, I will see my study desk, I will see this paper only. It was helpful for me to keep my motivation up at least till my examination. We have only 2 months, guys, just 2 months. If you are not already studying in a fast pace, please amp up. Please amp up your speed. Just 2 months. It will fly in no time. In a blink of an eye, we'll be sitting in our exam hall. In a blink of an eye, exam results will be out. Trust me. Please do this. Please stick it after the call is over. That's it from my side, guys. Any questions do you have from your side? Any questions about book delivery? Any questions about technical issues and all? Afterwards. Book delivery, you can message me later. Technical issues, I hope you've seen the group has a bio. That bio has the details as to where you have to put your questions if you have any technical questions. Any other questions do you have from your side? Any other questions, feedback? Anything? Anbarase, Josephine, Kumaresh, others, Kalyan, Pranav, Naresh, Mohan Lakshmi, Rahul, Gopi,
Ma'am,
Shreya, Akshaya. Yes.
ma'am, at maximum when we will get that questions, ma'am, the booklet or YouTube.
YouTube means, like I said, in 4 to 5 days, I will start recording. That means you can expect in one or 2 days after I start recording. In a week's time, I'll start uploading. Booklet is already ready. I only have to wet it. So basically, the booklet right now I have is of 463 pages. I don't want to give you directly like that. I will reduce as much as possible. I'll reduce the questions and then give you the questions. I want to make it 300 to 350 pages and then I'll give it to you. So you can expect that also in 3 to 4 days.
And exam எப்படி present பண்றதுன்னு சொல்றீங்களா?
Exam presentation, yes. So usually if it is a case study based question, most of the questions these days, they are asking case study based questions. If it is a case study based question, you have to start with the case, like how in law, you will be writing facts of the case, analysis, provision, then whatever you feel is the conclusion, you'll write like that, right? Same way here also, facts of the case, analysis. If you remember the standard number and name, give reference to standard number and name. If you remember exactly the points as of how it is in the standard, write that, and then your conclusion. Same way as to how you'll write your law. Usually for 4 marks, they'll expect you to write 6 points and 1 side for 4 marks. 6 marks, not 2 sides, they'll expect you to write. Okay? Adhikaga 2 sides na point illama, don't write your sonda kada, soga kada and all. What is actually there, that only you have to write. And most of the time,
bullet wise இருக்குமா or வந்து should it be in parallel?
Bullet wise is perfect. Bullet wise is advisable because as soon as the evaluator examiner sees your answer paper, they know that, okay, he knows the keywords. If possible, if you know the key points, underline. Okay, one more thing for essay 300, I told you 10 marks, right? I will be sharing the new material for essay 300 where I will give the keywords in red. So I'm working on a new book, new material for the next attempt. Not relevant for you, leave it. Only essay 300, I will share with you. Please go through that. In that, the keywords will be underlined. That will be helpful for you. If you want for any other standard also, you can ask me for the keywords, underlining of keywords. I understood that auditing is basically keywords. So I thought this book only has the concepts and mostly I've just crisped the concepts and given it to you as a book. I thought it will be better if I give the underlined points also so that the students will be easy. So for next, from May attempt onwards, that book will be applicable, not for you guys. But essay 300 alone, I'll share it with you on WhatsApp. Okay. So from my side, I have to give you the summary notes of items of financial statements. What else, guys? Essay 300 new notes. Anything else? Did I tell from my side? Question booklet. That's it. Yes, it is enough. See, always, this is one thing I always tell any of my students. It is best to study one book 3 times than to refer 3 different authors. So even when they come to a DIRA test and if they've gone to any other person for classes, I tell them, don't look at my book. You study from where you've already studied. Read the whole book 3 to 4 times. That will be helpful for you. Yes, underline the keywords in the book, put it inside your head. Clear, guys? Most of the times, questions will be a mix of two standards. So when you're studying also, try to mix the standard and study. For example, essay 560, there would have been reference to essay 705. Like that, any reference inside the standard, please underline, make separate note of it. You can do all of those. I hope you've already seen the mnemonic booklet, mnemonic paper, which is there in your link. Already it is there. If you have not seen, have a look at that also. All the mnemonics in one place. It is already there in the Google Drive link. Have a look at that. Anything else, guys? Nothing? Yes? Sorry, I am not able. I'm not
Audit
able to
sampling
hear.
பார்த்தேன் ma'am, உங்க notebook.
Yeah.
Hello ma'am, is it audible?
Yes.
Audit sampling பார்த்தேன். So audit sampling வந்து இந்த types of sampling, இந்த haphazard sampling, அப்புறம் அந்த block sampling அந்த மாதிரிலாம் இருந்துச்சு. பட் அது வந்து எக்ஸ்பிளனேஷன்ஸ்லாம் எதுவுமே இல்லை. ஸோ வந்து இஸ் இட் ஓகே இஃப் ஐ வந்து ஜஸ்ட் வந்து ஹெட்லைன்ஸ் மட்டும் எழுதினா போதுமா, இல்லை வந்து இந்த சாம்பிளிங்கோட டீட்டெயிலும் நான் எழுதணுமா?
Purila, essay
Like
530 would have been there,
sampling
right? In your, okay. That also I'll share the new material. Essay 530?
Yeah.
Yes, I'll share the new material.
Okay.
So everything will be there in detail and keywords also is underlined. Okay, guys?
இது எப்போ கூட மேம் எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் பண்ணுங்க?
Tonight you'll expect.
Okay. ஸோ என்னென்ன சேஞ்சஸ் மட்டும் ஆயிருக்குன்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஒரு ஜஸ்ட் ஒரு இண்டெக்ஸ் மாதிரி இருந்தா வந்து அந்த பேஜ் வந்து நாங்க பிரிண்ட் அவுட் எடுத்து ரீப்ளேஸ் பண்ண கரெக்டா இருக்கும் மேம். ஸோ அது மட்டும் கொஞ்சம் லைட்டா கொஞ்சம் பார்த்து விட்டுருங்க.
That I'll not be able to do because there will be changes, minute changes also will be there. I don't have an index of the changes because I did not think of giving it to you guys, but then I thought 300 is very important, so I thought I'll share for 300 alone. But 530 if you want, I'll share for that also, no problem. You can go through it. Hardly it's going to be 10 pages. You can go through it. Yes?
Okay, ma'am.
If you want for any other standard also, you can let me know later on. You can always put it on the WhatsApp group. No problem. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
All right.
Okay, ma'am.
Any other doubts, clarifications do you have? And if somebody is asking any doubt in the group, please answer this. Please. Okay? Any doubts you guys have? Any other doubts? No? ICA material, this book, any book you take 3 times. Whether you've taken ICA material or you've taken the concept book, any book, 2 times. 2 or 3 times you have to study from top to bottom. Company audit syllabus irka, limited portions is there. Very limited portions is there. And one more thing, company audit, I'm not sure if it is there in the hard copy, but it is there in the soft copy. Yes, whatever portions is there, it's there in the hard copy. Okay, perfect. It's there, no problem. Essay 330, I hope you've seen the soft copy, automated environment. Yes? Hard copy, like, no problem. Okay, perfect. No other doubts? No other doubts? Sorry for keeping you all waiting till 9:30. Which one?
மேம் ஜஸ்ட் ஒரு ரீக்ளாரிஃபிகேஷன் மட்டும். ஸோ ஜஸ்ட் நீங்க கொடுத்த புக்கை வந்து அப்படியே நான் ரீப்ரொடியூஸ், நான் எக்ஸாம்ல ரீப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ணாலே வந்து எனக்கு மார்க் கொடுத்துருவாங்க, கரெக்ட் தானே?
Yes, perfect. Bookல பாத்தீங்கன்னா most of the times it will be pointers only. So if you are able to write the same way, then yes. Jan 25 for offline marathon. I already spoke about the offline marathon, no, Vijay, here. You can make note of the dates, November 25 to December 5th, 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's happening in A&M classes in Nungambakkam, in Chennai. If you are my student, then you get 50% discount. That is the crash. Marathon YouTube, yes, it will be there for free. Everybody can watch that, but that will be later stages. Basically, what I'm doing is from this crash, I'll be taking a few standards. From the previous crash, whichever I feel is better, I'll take few, I'll merge both, put it as marathon in your YouTube. That is what I'm doing. I'm telling that also openly. Traveling la irke ma'am, adha jaunke. Okay, no problem. Others? Okay. I hope all of you are motivated little bit at least after the call.